And welcome in. Welcome everybody. Time to get back into a little bit of Tomb Raider. So we finished up last night the Golden Mask expansion for Tomb Raider 2. And now we're looking at starting up Tomb Raider 3, which should be interesting. This obviously, as many people will note, is the hardest game in the trilogy. And for good reason. This game was definitely made for people that had played and beaten the previous two games, probably multiple times. It was made for vets of the series. And I feel sorry for people that started off with Tomb Raider 3. It has happened to plenty of people. In fact, I remember back when I was streaming the original PS1 copy a couple of years ago. There's a couple people that were coming in and saying, yep, this was my first Tomb Raider game. And I'm so sorry. Especially on console, a lot more harder just because of the save system. We'll get into it. Should be easier this time around because, it kind of takes from the PC version. You can save anywhere you want, and you can save as many times as you want. Doesn't need to be reliant on save crystals or anything like that. And, of course, we have the advent of the new free cam features with the photo mode, so we can kind of scout ahead. But let's go ahead and get things started. This should be a good one. And we'll be looking at doing the expansion when we finish this up, whenever that might be. This is kind of a longer game, too. Tomb Raider 1, you get through pretty quickly. Tomb Raider 2, a little bit longer than the first one. I think this one might be the longest of the three of them, though. So definitely going to be putting some time into it. But I'll go ahead and boot it up. Here we go. Once again, the new patch just dropped. There were some changes for Tomb Raider 3. Been looking over it since the patch notes got released and everything. Apparently, Asper and their patch notes did not cover even half of the features that they redid and fixed up. So, there seems to be a lot more changes than what's on the paper there. But that's alright. Once again, I've made note of it before, but the Tomb Raider Remastered, when it came out, the first game that I played right off the bat was actually Tomb Raider 3. So I've actually been playing through it. Haven't beaten it yet. I think I stopped at the RX mines because that level sucks. Even with being able to save anywhere, it's a painful level to get through. And I think the one after that, like the Lost City of Tinos or something, that one's pretty damn bad too. The last levels in this game are gnarly. I feel like everything preceding it is pretty good for the most part, but boy, those last few are not great. But anyway, let's go ahead and start a new game. Water looks better than it did in Tomb Raider 2. Said it looked like trash bags in Tomb Raider 2, yeah. Just a sea of, like, a giant trash bag. I feel like the volume's a little low.
It's all going swell, sir. Get the bit up! Get it out! Turn it off! Off! Hey! Switch it off! better come and check out Site 2. What about this? Blow through it.
Find more meteorite.
Nah, something a little younger than that.
Oh no!
Billy!
I don't want you to set that explosive, do you hear me? I do not want you to set that explosive!
They said it pretty damn fast.
Heroes. This place has a busy history.
Place has a busy history. And unrelated to everything that's gone on, here we are as Lara Croft in the jungles of India. Yeah, the story in this one is kind of all over the place. We'll see some interesting cutscenes. Most of the cutscenes in this game, just like the previous games, are going to be like in-game. There's not a whole lot of pre-rendered stuff like that, but yeah, very sparse in Tomb Raider 3. Tomb Raider 3 is definitely one of those games that's very gameplay focused. And, oh, am I doing, oh, you know what? I had, just to test it, because people were saying that the modern controls were a lot better this time around, and they feel like they've been reworked to the point where they're actually a little bit better than they were previously, but I still don't like them. But yeah, I was trying it out with Tomb Raider 2, and I guess it saved that. But anyway, yeah, the story is, I would say, slightly confusing with Tomb Raider 3. And sure, there's going to be plenty of people, it's like, well, story was never important with Tomb Raider. Yeah, I guess you're right. But it would still be nice if it was coherent, I think, would be the big thing. But, you know, can't complain too much, I suppose. Right off the bat with Tomb Raider 3, it is very, very easy to die immediately, because there's already going to be stuff from the get-go that's potentially going to wipe you out. The monkeys, a lot of people start shooting at them right off the bat, but the monkeys actually won't attack you unless you attack them first, until you get to some of the later levels in this particular area. I remember there being something lore-wise that said once Lara gets closer to the artifact that she's looking for, the wildlife, it becomes a little bit more hostile. So there's something going on with that. But anyway, let's make a save. This is definitely one that you got to be careful with, because you could take a look even right here. There's already these spike traps, pitfalls, an assortment of things that could potentially kill you right off the bat. Son of a bitch, you know what? It still sounds really quiet. I feel like I'm overpowering the game volume by quite a bit. I don't know why it sounds so low. Let's see if we could knock that up just a tiny bit. It looks like it should go a little bit further. It still stops right in front of the health kit for you, which is nice. Handful of secrets. They got rid of the secret system that they did in Tomb Raider 2, in that instead of having to find 3 separate secrets, little artifacts that eventually reward you with a lot of different stuff. It's kind of a classic Tomb Raider approach to secrets, where there's just items kind of everywhere, so you gotta keep an eye open for them. I actually, you know what, thinking about it, I kind of liked the 3 artifacts. One, I like more the idea of finding artifacts out on the field as opposed to finding an assortment of loot, which, you know, you could mix it. Tomb Raider 2 had a similar concept, or had the exact same concept, where it was just, oops. Or anyway, it was just finding the primary artifacts and then eventually getting to a point where you could end up finding, you know, some other additional pickups and stuff. Nothing too crazy. Can't even see what I'm doing. But yeah, instead they've reverted back to the original, where you just kind of pick up anything that you can find, really. So they've set us up here. I don't think I got that the first time around. That little health kit that you see there can actually be picked up by one of those monkeys. And you actually get an achievement for picking it up first, but I don't know if there's a way to jump down from here without, like, killing myself. There is also, you can approach it from this angle too. You can also come down here. Looks there's a handful of secrets in this area as well. I feel like some of this actually looks a little bit different than what I originally played. Once again, we are post first major patch. And for a while, it was, hard to determine whether or not they were actually going to release a patch for this game. It had taken so long, and there apparently was the whole, EGS patch thing that may or may not have been an early beta build of the game that included features that didn't make it into the final release cut. But in addition to, like, some game fixes, bug fixes, things of that nature, some of the patch stuff improves upon the lighting, it improves upon the scenery. I was checking out some of the levels in the Maria Doria area in Tomb Raider 2 because people had noted that there were some fixes and changes there. And it looked good. There was, like, an increase in underwater foliage. There were some lighting enhancements. They changed up some of the level itself to kind of have more, I don't know, like lighting spots. You know how, like, the original Tomb Raider in the remastered version, when we take a look at it, there were, like, some holes in the building and stuff when naturally it kind of looked like everything should have been covered up in the original, like everything was under some sort of cave or something like that. Well, there was, like, more lighting spots, basically. Also, this skybox is really nice. Doesn't look quite as good. I mean, you'd think, again, I've mentioned it before, but the skyboxes, some of them are like 50-50. Some of them don't, like, take the concept of what the original was bringing, and some of them look actually just worse. Every once in a while, there's one that looks really nice, though. This is actually a really nice skybox. I dig it. I like the painted sky. Kind of more broad daylight in the original. But anyway, since I played this earlier, I wasn't, paying too much attention to the surrounding environments. But this actually looks like it might have been improved upon, so that would be nice. It does look good. One of the things about this game is there are fixes. Shit, I didn't get it. I want to see if I can get it. I wasn't sure exactly where it was. Oh shit, no, I saved. God damn it. Well, the monkeys pick up and take stuff, but they'll set it down eventually. Anyway, I didn't mean to say fix. They, what they did was they changed the save system from the original console versions. With the original console versions, we've seen a couple that I picked up already, but there are these blue crystals. It's a very similar concept to the Tomb Raider 1 on console. There are crystals that you can interact with to save the game. Of course, in Tomb Raider 1, they're at fixed locations. With this, you can kind of save them and use them where you want, but you can only save as many times as you have crystals, and then if you use a crystal, then it depletes, so that gets rid of one of your saves. It's kind of like ink ribbons in the original Resident Evil games. So you kind of have to be careful and plan out your saves, and if you want to have plenty of saves going forward, you need to really make sure that you're not using them frivolously. But that's one of the things that made it so difficult, especially compared to the previous game with Tomb Raider 2. Even on consoles, you could save anywhere you wanted with Tomb Raider 2. The only thing about it, though, was that you only had the one save slot. But even then, even with just having one save slot, still made it a lot easier. Of course, the combat sections made the game a lot harder, but I still feel like it was a fair trade-off. That wasn't jumping and turning. Ah, I was actually trying to get up there because I thought there was a spot that you could actually stand on top of. The first level here in India is pure, like, unadulterated, just the Lara Croft Tomb Raider. There is just a lot of similar themes going on compared to how the preceding games were. Lots of traps, lots of puzzles, jungle look. Oh, look, we got that one. Pick up Metapack before Monkey picks it up. I wonder if there's multiple trophies then, or maybe it just counts for one. And then, strangely, once you start getting to the later levels, there's another one that's kind of like in a jungle. It's more South Pacific, I think is exactly where it is, actually. But, you know, it's still kind of like very rural and lots of greenery, that kind of stuff. But two of the other major levels, very kind of, well, sort of urban, I guess. One is in London. So it's an actual, like, city. It looks awful, but, you know, it's still their attempt at doing kind of like a city-type level that's kind of in the modern age. And then the other one is going to be in Area 51. And for some of that takes place in the Nevada desert. And then the rest of it is in kind of like this high-tech military facility. So still kind of, you know, more contemporary, which is very much a change of pace for the series. Oh no, here it comes. There's so much shrubbery around here, I'm actually wondering if I'm potentially missing something. It's kind of like a similar situation with the initial Halo Anniversary Edition, where they just put like grass everywhere, and it made it real hard to see your pickups. I think this probably does a better job than that, just because that anniversary kind of remaster for that particular game was so bad. But yeah, it's a little hard to see. What do we have? We got a shotgun in the beginning. I got 8 shotgun shells with that. But that seems to be it as far as weaponry is concerned, just the shotgun. It's kind of a confusing secret, but you can get up here. There's a very particular shrub that you can climb through. Doesn't work on any other one, though. One of my favorite tracks in the early PS1 series. careful of pit traps. Similar to the creatures in a Metroid game. You can use the monkeys to your advantage to show you some ways in and out of stuff. Yeah, just like a take on one of the classic Tomb Raider themes that you hear in the first game, but it's got a little Indian style to it. I don't know what that instrument is, but very Indian sounding pluck string instrument. A little bit too far. A lot of this spot looks great, though, even in the original. There have been some changes in some of the other levels that I didn't think looked all that great. Some of the later ones, but I feel like a lot of stuff in India is definitely improved. So good job, first impressions and everything, I suppose. They did a nice job with the opening segments here. There's a couple additional features which we haven't really used too much that were introduced in this game. One, you have the ability to sprint. So you can cover ground a little quicker with this. Lara's a little bit harder to control, stiffer on the turning radius when she's doing that. The other is now we can crawl, which is handy for certain spots. It also allows for spots like this, where you can actually crawl into a little area like that. It looks a little bit close. I think maybe just a single jump. There you go. So a lot of previous areas, it almost looked like, you could maybe crawl into some spots in the other two games, but a lot of times they were just ledges that you can hang on. Now you could actually kind of crawl through areas, and look at that. It's a lot better in the remaster, I gotta say. They did include a feature with this one that was not included in the original, which is that you can actually flip out of a hole. I think it's pressing the, let's look. Oh god, get a nice zoom in there. It's pressing the walk button and then the action button while holding forward. You gotta watch out for those spikes there. But you could actually flip out of a hole like that. That wasn't introduced until, until Tomb Raider 5. Unfortunately, it didn't allow you to sidle on a ledge across a corner, which is also something that they introduced in Tomb Raider 5. But I guess there's probably not a ton of opportunities to do that. Or it might break some puzzles. Don't know. But that was always a handy one that I loved. The kind of flipping out of a crawling position was, I don't know, it was nice. It's a nice addition, but the being able to crawl out of a hole like that, and let me see if I can demonstrate exactly what I mean. Or turn a corner from a ledge. So we come to this corner here. If this was Tomb Raider 5, Lara would turn that 90 degrees, and then she'd be, hanging on this side. So, but they didn't introduce that until much later. This, I seem to remember when I was playing it my first time around, I seem to remember the lighting being a lot brighter here, where I could actually see everything, all the way to the end of the tunnel, which actually is kind of how it's like in the original from the looks of it, but I don't remember being as pitch black, so they might have done some lighting corrections to more match the original game. Something like that, I don't know. So far, everything's been looking pretty good, though. We need to go up. Actually, you know what? Because I don't think I can... I might be able to, but I don't think I could get up from there. So we could actually come back out through here. This is the pitfall trap that we saw earlier that I looked down and tossed a flare into. Gotta be careful here because... Oh, actually... That didn't take any damage. Usually when you jump inside of like a spike pit like that, they're gonna cause a little bit of damage to you. I guess I was in just the right spot. I probably could have fallen back down and not been impaled too. Alright. So we need to come back up here. And there's several spots that we could get to around this area. Once again, more spikes. Camera's showing us where we need to get to. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. So they still keep the crystals around, which I thought was kind of an odd decision, but they bring the save feature back if you do New Game Plus. So it brings back the feature where you can only save when you finish a level and when you use a save crystal. So they're still there for that purpose. Otherwise, they don't really have a use, just like in the normal gameplay. Shit. It's not gonna help. I thought it would be enough to get me there. I'm not too sure where I could drop either. Oh, you know what? I might be able to stand up on here. That looks like a reasonable slope. But anyway, I think they count towards an achievement now. So if you're looking to get like those Chivos, you can probably get one by snagging all the crystals. I don't know if they count towards the in-game secrets once you finish a level though. I'd have to take a look for sure. Because they still count a number of secrets, but I think it might just be the pickups. And you need to get them all if you want to unlock a special level in this one. It's not the expansion level either. That one comes unlocked by default. We saw when we had the ability to start a new game that it let us choose it. But the secrets level is called All Hollows. Apparently it's pretty short. I've never played it, but you need to get all of the secrets in order to get it. So I don't know how doable that's going to be. If I do end up doing it, especially on the Steam version, I don't know, I might just take a look and see if there's a way to quickly unlock it with a mod or something, so I don't necessarily have to waste my time. This was pretty dark in the original. Yeah, it's pitch black in the original, so it's not quite the same. There's a switch and a boulder. Oh, look. You can bypass the boulder. This game also has a lot of weapons. We're just picking up like harpoons and stuff, which I don't think we'll even be able to use anywhere in India. But we also had the rocket-propelled grenade there for kind of like an RPG. But yeah, there's the rocket. You got a grenade for grenade launcher, MP5, Uzi, Desert Eagle, shotgun, pistols. Probably something else. Even outside of like the harpoon gun. Run, monkey. Yeah, he made it. Damn shame. Anyway, let me take a look down down there. Now there is a tiger. Yeah, put that away. Kind of makes a weird sound. Oh shit. I just saw her pointing. I wasn't looking close enough. I thought she might be pointing at the tiger, but ended up shooting the monkey. That means they're going to be... I think if you shoot one, it's sort of like a similar situation to the monks in Tomb Raider 2. Once you shoot the one, they might all start gunning for you. Tiger's down there. I don't know what he's doing, though. Got him. Some of these spots are pretty dark, so I think I've used more flares already than I used in my entirety for the playthrough of Tomb Raider 2 Remastered. Be careful here. A lot of sound stingers too, you gotta watch out when those happen. And that monkey's not attacking me, so I guess if we shoot one, then that doesn't necessarily mean that we're gonna get the whole gang of them on us. Okay, kind of a secret here. I remember the jump was weird with this area. Looks like make a save. Drop off that. Come up to here. This is kind of confusing, but I think only because the spikes are like directly under there. I think to get out, you have to be on this thing, which could be a little weird. Because I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, because of that ledge is slanted, so you can't jump onto it. I don't know, we'll try something in a sec. Grab the secret in here, which is some flares, and I think this save crystal. Okay, but anyway. You might, well... It is directly underneath it. You might still be able to... Oh. It's too close. You bump back on the wall. That's what made it weird. Alright. Try that again. So I could try, let me see about doing this. Okay, that works. Since there's no spikes on the side of this thing, it's literally just that one square. You can kind of hop out diagonally. Again, if you do a roll like right at the very edge, Lara will have a lot more forward momentum than if she just like steps out. But yeah, you got to get on that back platform there and then jump out that way. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Is there something up here? Backup camera. No.
No.
Thank you for reconfirming. Okay. So now we're at the river portion. This is shallow enough, I believe, to step through. Actually, there was a river beforehand when we used the zip line. And you have to stay out of that one because there's piranhas. I didn't exactly showcase it, unfortunately. I did miss a secret, though. If you, like, get swept up through the river, it actually takes you to a little underwater cave where there should be a health pack in there. But, yeah, the piranhas can still get at you if you're, like, dilly-dallying. This area should be safe, though. I don't think there's anything in this particular body of water. A couple different things. There's a little underwater section in there with a closed door. Actually need to get on top of this. I can't climb on top of that, though. I think we need to jump on it from up here. The tip of this is just on that right side there. Just slightly high enough that we could grab onto the ledge. There was a climb up spot up there. Actually need to get back on the log. Or do we get up from here? This looks a little... Those ledges look a little steep. That one looks a little bit too far. I think you can get in. I think it opens up the door up top and the door at the bottom as well. But at least I was able to hang on the side here. Track kind of reminiscent of the Ark of the Covenant theme from Raiders. There's a second zip line. Yeah, I think there's one where you can approach it from underneath, or you can approach it from up here. So you got like two different routes that you can use. This, I don't think does anything except for show you that little spot in there. I want to say I remember there being a tiger down here. So I can take a look at this spot, and then this in here, there's a little underwater thing with some gates. Basically, we need to get a little bit higher. I think we need to go up there. And look, there's like little rain droplets. I guess it's in the original too, I don't remember that. But we kind of, taking the zip line, we like superseded this little section back here, which I think has all the levers and switches to get this started. Well, those torches just lit up. See, when I played this recently, I did the other part first. So it's like approaching it from a new angle. And it's kind of cool though. You could like, there are different ways to sort of maneuver around. Ultimately, it doesn't have an effect over a lot. We didn't see that there was like any secrets or anything from the way I took just now using the zip line. But slight alternative. Oops. Turned a little too far. Okay. That triggers a drop door in this area. See, and that gate down there, I think is the one that opened up at the same time as the one that opened up on the top side that we ended up taking, which led to the zip line. So if we took the one at the bottom, we would have ended up here. So let's take a look at these. Yeah, the new one looks nice, but I gotta say, I like the original. Okay. So that opens up the big gates here. See, if you do it in reverse, it's kind of weird. Because I think that one switch just opens up this, and it bypasses the room that we needed to move the block on to open up, so it's kind of weird to do all that when you don't need to, but that's just if you're approaching it from the zipline side as opposed to the underwater side. So I actually think it's better to go underwater. Because you end up coming through here anyway, and then you don't need to actually walk through this part or anything. It's a bigger waste of time is what it was. Anyway, now that we got the water level raised up, we can access this. There is a ladder. I'm sure that, I was going to say, I'm sure it's a texture in the original, but it's actually a very light 3D model. Always check behind the waterfall. Okay, so I think that's the only switch that we needed to get. Just make sure there's nothing on the other side or above this or anything. Check the audio too. Everything about this seems kind of muted. I don't get it. Sounds a little better. Damn monkey stole it. Lara got into the pickup animation and everything. Well, we could kill it. I don't know if it actually ends up putting it down or something, though. You'd think it would. Come on, monkey. You don't need the key. Just drop the thing. Asking nicely. It's an execution. Actually, is there a way to lighten this? I guess you can't lighten the screen up, can you? I asked. Just didn't want to put it down. I don't think there's anything up here. Let me see. No. Oh, supposedly they fixed... Oh, they did. Good. They fixed the quicksand. See how it moves? It's actually a little bit more... It's less subtle than the original. But still, it looks like a ground texture that's all craggy and stuff, but it's got a slight little movement to it. And that is because it's quicksand. Also, something I did not realize is that looking over this way, this is the beginning of the level. I never knew that. It's kind of funny. I wonder if it's possible somehow to bypass all of the level, get the key from up there, and then open up the door here. Because really, all you need to progress, because after we pass through this gate, that's going to be it. That's the end of the level. So all you need is the key. So if you can grab the key... and then just unlock that door, you are good to go. Trying to get a running jump into here, though. Oh, wait. Guess that gate's gonna block her.
Hello? Hello?
What? What do you want from me now?
Nothing that taxing. Are you alright?
Well, if you'd all stop, I might be just fine. Just 100%. Just...
If you'd all stop, who are you talking about?
All you, hundreds of you, talking and chattering and breaking my brain up.
Well, I'm not quite sure where you're coming from, but I just want to know about the Infada artifact. In the temple up there.
Voodoo magic and all, huh? I don't touch this stuff myself.
It's not voodoo. Look, is there anyone else here with you?
Yeah, Randy and Rory.
Randy and Rory? Where? What are you all doing here?
Well, they're staying put in that temple. I told them not to. I warned them first. Not doing much now, I doubt, under half a ton of mudslide. Me. I'm leaving. Next bus out. This jungle has rooted enough rot into me. I'd offer the same advice to you, but you don't seem like the type to take it. To care if I said you're gonna die in there. Yeah, die.
No! Hey, we found all the secrets. It counts crystals 6 out of 6. Also, thank you. What's going on, Reverb? How are you doing? Or Kimbril, as your name now reflects. I appreciate that, Raid. Thank you very much. Hope your stream went well. I did not get a chance to take a look at it, so I did not see what you were drawing, but I'm assuming you were doing something art-related. Streaming art, yes you were. Okay. Good deal, I appreciate you though, thank you very much. Welcome everybody. Unfortunately, I'm an English-speaking streamer, but I do appreciate the raid. We're doing a little bit of classic Tomb Raider. Working on Tomb Raider 3 right now, so I don't know, you might enjoy it. But anyway, I'm surprised we got all the secrets and everything out of that. That was nice little surprise. So we're still working our way through India. Oh yeah, also you asked what's with that guy. They don't really have like a good explanation. Again, the story is a little bit muddy with this particular game. And they do mention that the artifact that she's looking for is the Infada Stone. And the Infada Stone seems to make animals more aggressive as they get closer to it. So, might be having an effect on Tony there. Kept drawing Olivia. Oh, okay, so you were working on the same piece. I got you. Cool. It was looking slick last I saw it, so I'm sure it's looking even better now. But yeah, it might be having an effect on Tony's brain. He did complain that there were hundreds of people talking all at once, so something to do with that, I'm sure. This is one of the first instances where we have enemies like this that just sort of pop up out of nowhere. And I also want to say that this is the first game in the series. Oh, no problem. You are very welcome. I appreciate you, as always. This might be the first, I'm pretty sure it is, the first game in the series that incorporates poison status into the game mechanics, which is really shitty. So you do have to be careful with that. If you do get bit by one of those snakes, you will be poisoned and your life bar will deplete. I don't think until you die, but until you have like 1 HP left. So if you want to stop it, you have to use a health kit of some sort. Doesn't matter what size or anything, but any of the health kits will actually stop the poisoning. Ah, wait. Ah, there it is. I got a few projects I got to work on myself. I'm very close to wrapping up my commissions. I've had nonstop since I think November. So it's been kind of crazy just on the art side of things, trying to wrap those up, but they keep coming in. Every time I think I'm going to wrap it up, they keep coming in. I've only got 3 left though. This is the closest I've been to finishing all of them. So I got 3 left and then I'm done with my commission queue, unless some more come in. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't been posting any of them though, not yet. So I gotta get back onto doing that, but just, not that I don't have the time, but I don't know. I haven't felt the need to, I suppose. Some weird stuff going on with the lighting here. So I want to be careful because sometimes, even though I think I know kind of where these snakes are, they still can fool me. Look at that. Again, I'm pretty sure that this is just how they're coded. It wasn't because I killed that one monkey by accident previously or anything. It's just that once you get to the second area here, they start becoming a little bit more aggressive towards you, so. But it didn't look like he was going to do anything at first. He just kind of like walked up to me and then took a little swipe. Don't you do that, game. I don't like that. Oh, man. There's like no grass whatsoever in the original. See, they usually hide the snakes in just like a 1x1 patch like that. And it can be good enough to fool you. But there's just grass all over the place in the remaster version. So I don't think there's actually anything up here that I need to worry about. Doesn't look like there's any pickups or anything like that. Ultimately, I think I need to get over to that middle platform somehow. I don't think I can get to those canopies though, because I think getting up to those canopies means like progressing with the level. I really wish the game would stop changing the camera like that. It's kind of irritating. Oh, there's some oh, there's two things. Shotgun shells and some other type of ammunition. What is this? Uzi, I think. That or an MP5 clip. Magazine, excuse me. I do believe, yeah, there are piranhas here. So you sort of need to long jump that just to make sure you get across without getting too eaten up. That's disappointing. I'm gonna say, I don't think they follow you in the tunnel. They sort of started, but I think they gave up. Oh, I see you, bastard. Ain't no monkeys getting the drop on me. Pickups for the look of it. It's one of those things where it's kind of confusing at first, but the spots that have the bare stone on them are the ones that you could stand on. Of course, it doesn't look it from this angle. Okay, I guess I can't do it with that one. That's actually, well, hold on. No, that still looks a little bit too steep. Well, never mind then. Some of these do too. Well then, what the hell? Oh, you know what? I think I need to go over here. Like we ceased being able to actually go up. I do do like that every once in a while they attempt to roll their way out. Like that's going to save them. I was going to say, I don't remember a waterfall in the original. Little streams of water coming down from spots like that. It's actually been a little while since we saved. There's a handful of pickup spots in the canopy here, but if you drop down, this is actually above the very start of the level, so you either want to save or you just gotta be careful, basically. I don't even think most of the stuff in here is all that great. It's like a bunch of ammo and shit that you're not going to use. I mean, I guess it would be good if you could actually use the damn stuff, but a lot of this is for guns that you're not going to be getting either at all in India, because I don't think you can get all of them, or not until like one of the next levels. So it just kind of depends on your preference for actually getting this stuff, if you're like going for all secrets or what. I think we got all of it. Oh shit. See? That's why I say beforehand. Me trying to speed through it. Let me do this first. So definitely want to get on the top portion there. You can make that long jump without even having to grab onto anything. But getting back across is a different story. I think maybe we want to actually get to this area. And then make a long jump from here. There we go. Okay. Well, that worked. Almost looks like I should be able to make a long jump from here to there, but I hesitate. Just because of the angle of it, it looks a little awkward. I don't know if I'd be able to grab onto it. I think I would need to be able to make that long jump, though. I do think that's it for the pickups. I don't think there's anything else around here. Things get fairly simple. Look at that, a snake. In the first level of India, but once you move on to like the second level and the third and stuff, there starts being a lot of different like routes you can take. You saw like the one route split where we ended up taking the zip line instead of going underneath the water with the first level there, but everything else, it's It gets a little tricky if you want to start getting everything. Bit of a pain in the ass. Hold up. Move, Lara. I actually think I needed to jump from here to there if I wanted to get that health kit. I don't think I could do it from here. That looks a little bit too, like, cloistered in that spot. So I think we are out of luck. But I don't really mind all that much. There's that little spot at the bottom. So somebody boot up that Battlefield Classic on Steam. I guess that must have launched tonight. I don't know. Here I am playing a remaster of like 30-year-old games, but I don't know if I want to do that one. I would sort of like to play the classic Battlefronts with live people, actually. I think it might be fun. Never really got a chance to do it because I had the console versions of the original games. And you needed an Ethernet cable connection in order to play online with those consoles. At least the PS2. Well, yeah, actually with Xbox as well. The original Xbox did not have Wi-Fi support. So it's like I never had an opportunity to do it with like my original copies. Except once I think we were able to. It was weird. We rigged it up, but we were able to do it at a friend's place with their internet connection. And we played a little bit, I think, of the original Battlefront online, and it was weird. But I've played kind of like with the, God, what was it? That, like GameSpy or something like that. I think it was like a kind of like a peer-to-peer connection for older games. But I was able to play a little bit of Battlefront 2 in certain hectic periods. But that was maybe like once or twice. Nothing major. So, like, having somewhat of an active community, I think, might be a little bit fun. But I don't even know how much it is. If it's like... I might get it if it's 30. If it's more than that, though, probably not. I don't see it as being worth it. What's up, Walrus? It's 35. Shit. It ain't worth it. I'll get it when it's on sale for 30. I don't think it needed a remaster either. Not on PC anyway. Because obviously you have like a full... But did they release it on console? I guess they must have, right? But yeah, it did need a remaster on PC. I don't, from what I've seen, like the screenshots that I've seen of it, it's not even like one of these remasters where they beef it up. It just looks like the same shit. So, I don't know. Apparently they restored some of the Xbox exclusive content. There was a couple characters maybe. Asaz Ventress, I think, was an Xbox Live exclusive that you could download early DLC. But I don't see that being worth it. I don't know. Maybe if enough people I know that are playing it, I'd be tempted. I've talked about the newer Battlefronts, the ones from EA. A lot of, like, almost everything EA except for the Jedi games. I've had... Oh, shit. I actually got bit by one of these bastards. I think there's a trophy that if you get through this level without getting bit by one, you may get something for it. But, like, everything by EA is just, like, anti-fun. The beautiful looking games, they look great. Great models, lighting, graphically, it's just an amazing... You know, whatever they do, it just looks fantastic. But gameplay for everything. Squadrons was, like, awful. I don't know, it felt shitty to play. And then the Battlefront games look amazing. Tried to play it several times, but something about it, it's just, like, not fun. I don't know, overly chaotic maybe? Something The star cards is probably part of it. But yeah, did not enjoy my time with those. Of course, I never bought the first EA Battlefront, and then the second one, they were practically giving it away. I think I got it on Humble Bundle for like $5 on sale. Literally $5. It wasn't even double digits, so, you know, can't say that I overly overpaid for it, but never got into it. Couldn't play it. But I used to love the original Battlefronts. God, me and a few friends would just spend hours playing that. Nothing else. The shitty level up system with Battlefront 2 where you could, like, upgrade your weapons and stuff by doing menial tasks. Something about it, we just got a kick out of doing that too. Alright, we have our first, like, kind of boss. This is actually something that they replicated in the first Tomb Raider movie. You know, it's weird. I seem to remember there being health bars with these guys. Initially, with the remastered version. I think they take them away if you do the classic version, but I seem to remember playing through this on the Steam Deck and seeing that health bar pop up. Unlike other enemies and even bosses in the previous games, these guys can shield themselves from your shots by just putting up their swords like that. So it becomes a pain in the ass because you have to, like, attempt to get behind them, but they're really fast about turning around. So, not a terribly fun boss. Also, if you're doing just pistols, I could have probably made it a little bit shorter by using the shotgun, but if you're just doing pistols, it's going to take a minute. So, got to be prepared for that. I don't think I got this when I was playing on my own time. Probably because I didn't move that brick. I forgot about that. You gotta crawl underneath this if you don't want to get poisoned. This is another thing you gotta watch out for. There are poison darts kind of every which way. Shit. God damn it. Why'd you jump to the side? Oh, you're actually not dead. That ended up saving you. Well, I was trying to backflip out, but I think my thumb might have rocked onto the right-hand side there. But maybe not necessarily for the better, but it still worked out. Small health kit, just in case you're out and you need something to cure the poison. Nothing else up here, right? Yeah. Best just to crawl your way out. Okay, anyway, the switch that we used there should open up the door here. This particular level is where stuff starts getting tricky. fact, I should have long jumped that because I don't know if we're going to be able to make it now. If you keep moving, it's going to take away oxygen, but she should be able to breach. Oh boy, we just started losing health right before her head popped up out of that, so just in time. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about saving. Did that? Oh, it does move. Okay. See, it's a lot more subtle in the remaster. But it's better than what it was before, because before they did the patch, you actually couldn't see the quicksand moving at all. So I was like, I didn't even know the quicksand was like gonna hit right there. Otherwise, I probably would have tried to make a longer jump. This level is definitely where people start complaining about the difficulty, just because this is where you start getting into like the whole having to run through shit without knowing exactly what you're getting into, and a bunch of traps and all sorts of fun stuff. Even through that little gauntlet, I ended up getting clipped by those spike walls. Always be on the lookout for miscolored blocks. I do not believe there are any pickups. Thank you, Akiri. I appreciate the lurk. Here it is. I was like, there's got to be a switch somewhere then. Oh, damn it. There we go. I want to say that the water looks a little murkier now, too. I seem to remember the water being a lot clearer, which the lighting still isn't great. Take a look at the lighting in the original. It still has that sort of like underwater effect, where you have like this shimmering light. But don't get to see that anymore. But it is a little harder to see. I don't know why it wasn't shimmering on the sides there, but it wasn't even doing that with the original graphics. I think our first invisible platforms that are not secret based. Yeah, this is one of those traps. It's also why they give you a save crystal right before you get in here. Key triggers the door. So as soon as you grab it, you gotta start hauling ass to the other side. Now that that is out of the way, we can go back here. There's a couple secrets. Well, there's a fair amount in this this game, and just overall, they definitely started scattering items around. That you gotta watch out for, because those can, I guess there's another mudslide or something. The falling debris, not only do they like push you back, I guess, but they can also kill you if you happen to be underneath them when they're coming down. And we can't climb back up top. Cool. I don't think there's any way to tell where they're coming down from. I seem to remember somewhere in the middle here there was a couple more debris. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking of that one back there. But once they land, it's a little hard to know where they're at. Because since you don't know, you keep like running up against them and they automatically push you back. It's a weird physics shell or something, I don't know. We've seen that happen with other things throughout Tomb Raider. I can see that boulder up there. I know it's going to come down. Usually in instances like this, you want to like hop back to trigger and then run forward. Because it's going to be, you know, even though you have the quick roll, it's still time wasted. Look how tight that was. See? If you're running up here, saw that thing drop and you had to roll, that's like a good 3/4 of a second that you waste. I don't know how I made it past that. Lara was crawling awful slow. Was there anything in here? Kinda wanted to see if there was something on the other side there, but I don't think we have a chance now. Teach you to steal my health back. Save crystal here. Open air. Oh, I wanted to see the skybox. Nothing in the original. Always trying to provide logic for these light sources. Save crystal down there. I don't remember what that connects to, though. Ah. We're back at the start. So the key that we got, key of Ganesh, we can use here. And now we got to tackle the other side. If anything, I think this side is a little bit quicker. Because we kind of went on a elongated adventure getting through the other side there. Oh wait, no, this one might be actually longer. There's a lever down there, but it's one that can only be pulled when it's submerged in water, so we're going to need to find a way to do that. There'd be a switch down here, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, I think it's this. I don't think you can get set on fire by these as long as you're like dead center between them. Even if you could, I mean, the water's right there, but... Okay, this, I remember this. You gotta keep low here, because there's a dart blower under the water. More falling debris. Get out of the middle of the pool. Alright. Always remember this jump. This is one of the rare instances where you have to do like a elongated jump. No grabs. I think you could do it. You could either do that or you could do it with, you know, not grabbing. If you find yourself hard pressed to like keep pressing the grab button just instinctually, you could do a swan dive too. But you have to make that long jump. Such a weird one. Given the height of that, I'll just be able to make a regular jump. Yeah, I think the long jump was a little bit too much. If I didn't curve, I might have just overshot it. I thought it might work. I guess that's how you do that if you don't want to get bit. Because I'm like, I always jump over there and end up getting bit by the damn thing. You can tell right up there that there's going to be a boulder. I think, oh boy, I don't remember now. Because we did test it in one instance. I think it might have been the original Tomb Raider, where I tried to hang off of a ledge and a boulder like fell over the top of her and it killed her. Okay. Fortunately, it seems like they rectified that in later installments. You hang on a ledge and the boulder shoots right over you, then you are good. Ah, shit. Wasn't paying attention. God, those things are loud. Not that. Not that. Ah, there we go. I want to say there's stuff down here. Yeah, there is. Where the hell does this go? Holy shit. That takes us back out to the pool. I mean, you know, Uzi ammo, Magnum ammo, and a save crystal. If you think it's worth it. The only thing is you have to jump all the way up through the pool thing. We might be able to double back though, because I mean, I think by the time we clear through this, like you end up coming back through there anyway, so I don't know. This unlocks a weird thing. Unlocks, you just push it, but it's like there's this maze of pushable blocks. I think there's like a couple hidden items or something. Oh no, it's not even hidden. There's a switch that you have to pull that's like embedded in this shit. You can tell they're pushable not only just because of the hand icon now that we have the handy dandy remastered feature, but you know, they're brown compared to the wall textures, which are green. I want to say that the lever or whatever that's hiding behind this thing is closer behind me than it is in front of me, but I want to see if there's... Okay. Let me see if there is... Oh, I think I just got a glimpse of it. Any secrets or something, but it doesn't kind of look like it, I guess. Alright. So there's the switch. It fills up that pool that we saw earlier, so that means we need to go back over that way. Anytime you see an indent in the ceiling, that usually means that there's going to be like some boulders up there. Let me see what's down here. Because this will definitely lead us back to the pool area, but I'm wondering if there's anything like mandatory that we need to get. So we come through here. Okay, see, and this just drops you into the kind of water area. But it doesn't look like there's anything down there. And there's the whole boulder trap and everything, so you might as well just like not do that and go back this way. That way we can go get that secret. Let me take a look at what we're dealing with here, because there's those spike traps. Original game, best way to tell. What the hell? Just to drop a flare down below. Best bet, I'll make a save. I'm not going to chance it. It's probably just to land on this incline, that way we don't land on the spikes. Take a little bit of damage, but not much. Oh shit. I don't think that snake was there when I came down here the first time. What is this? Okay, there's a small health pack over there. The debris still has weird collision detection. I can't even, like, barely swim over it. No tricks necessary for this, I guess, so I might as well just grab it. Careful swimming up over this thing, because we want to get back down pretty low so we don't get hit by the poison dart. Okay. Now that we hit that, that opens up a door here, which is our key. That was about the same length as the other side. Make it go all the way around for that kind of stuff, but no quick return back to the main hall area. I guess it's short enough. Oh. Once again, we got another trap here. You can tell up there that we've got a spike ceiling. No items or anything. That's bad, I guess, just to jump up to this thing and start climbing. Discolored block over here. I guess the doors need both to operate. Oh shit. Oops. See, even that one got me. That was a weird jump too. She didn't like snag on right away. It was weird. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't die. We just took a little extra health damage. Still kind of sucks though, because the statue thing that we fought isn't going to be the last one. It's probably what's going to be eating up most of my health kits. Munchie King, welcome in. How you doing? Try to trigger that by running across it first. Fan of the classic Tomb Raider? I hope. This probably would have been better if I actually tried to run across that. Ah, here they are. There's actually 3 in here. I remember using the stairs to my advantage. You could kind of like aggro them up here. I remember them doing that. I wonder, oh, he's still taking damage. He like got caught in an animation or something. Well, that was weird. Alright, well that doesn't usually happen, so it's kind of a lucky break with that one. Okay, unlike the last one that we fought, this one actually does have drops though, so gotta pick that up. Pseudo English archaeologists are really onto something. You're telling me. It's killing everything in sight, all in the sake of history, alright? The other one should be activating. I don't know why it isn't. I seem to remember them both coming up like pretty much at the same time, so. There's nothing up there either. I think we need to... Well, the swords go up here on this statue. Maybe if I plug one in, it'll wake it up. I could have sworn that like either they both were active at the same time though, or one activated immediately after the first one died. Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, now he's up. Just need me to get up to the statue, I guess. He's backing up. The accent. I'll have to poke at it because you're Canadian. I gotcha. Hey, there we go. It's weird, for the longest time I didn't even really acknowledge that Lara was English by any degree. I think, I don't know, I might have just blocked it out of my memory. Even though the first one I played was Tomb Raider 4, which by and large, I think that one has the most Lara dialogue out of all of the early core games. Americans imitating the English and vice versa is funny as heck. Fortunately, it didn't happen too often. I think they actually got English-speaking gals to record Lara's lines, except in the case if you count Angelina Jolie. Wasn't the greatest performance, but the movie was fun enough. Oh, there's something down there. See, I dropped down. There's a very similar hole in the area before this. I thought there was something in it, but just ended up being the later one. That's an interesting relief. I do not remember that when I played this first time around. Why does it have 2 trunks? I don't think Ganesh has 2 trunks. Yeah, the man with the hole in his chest. Rory and what was the other one? Looks like he went painfully. I could actually fit the camera through the hole. Oh no, I could just fit it through him just in general. Okay, never mind. I thought I had to, like, come across some sort of physics rendering issue. Oh, damn. What's up, Honto? Also, Europeans with accents always gets you. American accents. Some of them can pull it off, surprisingly. Yeah, I don't know. Most of the media I see, they tend to be able to do it better than Americans pulling off British accents. You know, I never realized, I guess because you could never, like, manipulate the camera in this degree, but I didn't know this guy was, like, split in half. Yeah, these guys are basically Chris Angel. Very gruesome, though. Very gruesome for a T-rated game back in the 90s. But I guess they were less, stingent about it. Actually, we haven't gotten a good look at these guys yet. I think this might be our last opportunity. Huh? So dark in the original. Can't even make out his features. Oh, there go all my shotgun shells. Lara Croft doesn't sound fully English to you. She's 31 Flavors version. I think they were still English girls, though. Shelly Blonde did the first one, but I think only the first game. And then it was, I can never remember their names. She probably sounded a little bit more convincing, I think, by the time you ended up getting to the LAU trilogy, but still, I remember her being pretty damn British sounding in Last Revelation, though. Lucy Lawless has a badass voice. She's pretty good. Obviously, she had a role to fit. She was doing an American accent in that, her biggest role, though, but I'm surprised that she doesn't... You'd think she'd be able to... I don't know, maybe she's just not interested in it, but I don't see her doing like a ton of voice work. She's done some, but not like a lot. This is one of those weird high pressure rooms. So there's spiked ceiling. I think we need to hit 2 levers. I don't know what the best way to do this would be. Let's see, they should have cast. Well, you know, core being what it was back in the day. Ah, shit. Took too long. They were making these games for pennies. I don't think they were exactly concerned about the quality of the voice acting. Maybe as time went on, maybe by the time they got to like Angel of Darkness, they're like, might want to put a little bit of production value into this deal. But, yeah, I get the feeling. That wasn't it. I get the feeling like voice acting was probably further down on the list than most anything else. Shit. Okay. Keep messing it up. Oh boy, my favorite. I don't know. We've been over this a couple times. I think back then they focused on short graphics. Well, they had it down pat by Last Revelation, so right about that. But my favorite Tomb Raider. It's a hard thing to say because I feel like I don't know. I get in the mood for any of the originals. It's got to be one of the originals, though. I'm not as big of a fan of any of the games after Crystal Dynamics took over. I don't think they're bad games necessarily, but some of them are. I really don't like 2013 Tomb Raider. But that aside, it like kind of depends on the day, maybe. I don't know. I like the variety and the challenge that this one provides, Tomb Raider 3, but I think the perfect balanced experience is like the original Tomb Raider. However, I like a lot of the setting and the locale with Tomb Raider 2, so I think it's one of those deals where just like my preference might change depending on what day it is, like I said. Tomb Raider 4 is good. It was my first Tomb Raider. I love a lot about it, but the lack of variety and location I think kind of hurts it. And the whole Cairo thing and a lot of the like hub areas and having to backtrack through levels to get to other levels makes the level design a little bit confusing, and it's sort of a chore. And then Tomb Raider 5, while I like most of the levels, I think the corporate espionage thing is kind of shitty on the last level there. And then that level is also like really buggy to the point where I got soft locked 2 years ago when I streamed it, and that was shitty because it was like at the very end of the level and I had to restart the entire thing again. See, that's why I saved. For you, it's the first one, annoying as it was. Oh, I never thought the original one was annoying. Again, I think it's the most balanced experience. It also provides you with a good variety of locations. You know, it sets the premise. I don't think it's overly difficult in terms of its platforming or its enemies up until you start getting into the final levels. I think the Atlantis stuff can be a little tricky sometimes, and fighting the Atlanteans can be kind of a pain in some segments where they start throwing multiple enemies at you. But overall, I still feel like it's the most balanced. You know, if it's been a while since I've played these games, I'm probably going to want to do the first one first because it's the easiest to kind of get into. But especially with the first three, I just think there's so many positive attributes about all three of these games, just as an appreciator of the series. And also, you mentioned Metal Gear. Do you mean like the first Metal Gear on the MSX, or do you mean Metal Gear Solid versus the Solid series? I think I still favor Snake Eater. There's just like thematically, I think is a big part of it, but it's just kind of tailored more to my personal tastes. But I still get a lot of enjoyment out of the first Metal Gear Solid, and then to a lesser degree the second one. I like it a lot. I think it's a great game. You know, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably one of my favorite games, but I think in consideration of the series, I probably don't like it as much as some of the others. Solid, you played the newer one, you probably wouldn't enjoy as much. Which newer one? Oh, do you mean the remake? Don't remind me. That's like one of my least favorite entries. Twin Snake, I hate Twin Snakes. Pile of shit that game is. I have strong feelings towards it. Oh, I never knew that he did that. Old Tony's got powers manifesting before our eyes. I just thought he was, like, swaying maniacally. Alright. Didn't get all the secrets in that one, but that's alright. Still found 8 crystals, though. That's not bad. She doesn't get the V-neck until... Well, she doesn't have a V-neck until the LAU games, right? Her brown top is a V-neck. Also, you played it years ago. It was a bit easier with the overhead view. The first Metal Gear Solid? First Metal Gear Solid does a lot of overhead. Twin Snakes has the advantage of the free cam, which actually ends up ruining the some of the bosses, but, you know, they weren't exactly thinking ahead with that one. Oh, sports. Okay. Allowed to show cleavage at work. That makes me wonder what they're going to do if they end up remastering Tomb Raider 4. Actually, well, they don't really care about, like, cleavage, because there's a couple... Oh boy, the one of the preview shots for Area 51, her boobies be popping out of that top, but it's just like, it's like for the splash screen. But I think she's got a couple in-game models. Let me see. What's her costumes? Well, that one, obviously. The bathrobe. Oh yeah, and the cat suit. So she could show it off just a bit. Also, I hated streaming Twin Snakes. I think I think the only other game that I was more heated over playing was probably Metal Gear Rising. Fucking loathed that game. I think that was the only other time I was, like, exceptionally angry. It was by the end of it. I, like, unloaded on it by the time we finished up, but yeah, it was a low point for the stream. Oh, this secret sucks. I don't like doing this one. This one's like a weird jump one. I guess we'll do it. I didn't do it when I played this recently. Hey, what's up, Mythical? Been lurking. I appreciate it. Thank you. Also, that's her PS1 jam. You like it? Yeah. Old classic PS1 stuff. This is the one that's got all the weird jumps. Where you have to, like, angle stuff correctly. Otherwise, you are gonna, like, trip yourself up. Also, doing well, Mythical. Hope you're doing alright. Shit. Alright. Huh, that's weird, though, because I did a long jump. I figured that it looked too long, actually, to, Oh, shit. Did I not? I thought I made a save. Did I not make a save? God damn it. I gotta do this again? It's only the one thing. At least we only have to do a small portion. It's not like I have to fight the statue again or something. Switch games. Just give up on all of it. Actually, you have to go up pretty far, because otherwise the water's going to drag you back. could have just, I was going to say, I could have just restarted the level, but I guess you don't have access to that option. Honestly, if there was anything that they were going to do to, like, do a quality of life change, they should have made you be able to restart the level, without actually having to die. But I don't know if you could die in that part, though. There might be piranhas in the water, I'm not sure. Some buffering. Uh-oh. My day was fine, thank you. Let me see here. Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, there's a little bit of buffering going on. You know, when I started the stream earlier today, I was getting a slight connection problem, but I let it sit for a minute, and then it just kind of like stopped. It went back to normal. So we were able to like get through like a couple hours without there being an issue, but it looks like the bitrate's gone back down again. And last time this happened, we kind of just pressed on for another 10 minutes or so. And then it just kind of like went back to normal. There is not a whole lot I could do about that, though. That sucks. I don't know. I might give it a few minutes. We'll see if we can... Maybe I'll try to get this secret, and then we'll see if it sort of corrects itself over time. But otherwise, if it keeps going for longer than that, we might have to end up stopping the stream, which I don't want to do because we're only a couple hours in, but what if it likes to at least have finished India? Aren't you buffing that shit? Lara's ass. If only. Here, I might as well get on this. It was good for a while. Hasn't buffered for you since I addressed it. And it's fine if it buffers while you're crawling. That's good. I doubt that the crawling has anything to do with it, but... I'm watching, like, I keep turning back, my preview back on to see if it... Yeah, I guess it hasn't done it in a sec. I don't know, maybe it did fix itself. We'll keep going. I'll try to keep an eye open on it. I don't know. Every once in a while, the internet here just starts to shit itself uncontrollably for no reason. If it did delay, though, I think you could probably refresh, and that'll sync it back up to where it needs to be. This jump I don't get. Let me try a swan dive. Nope. Her head just collides right with the rock there. I don't understand that particular jump then. That one's a little weird. Let me see where this ends up. Oh, this ends up like at the end of the level. Because this river like winds all the way through. I think it ends up going to a waterfall. Let me just see. I'll write it out. Plenty of piranhas, though. You can tell Lara's swimming faster than normal. That strong current. Oh, that sucks. I was like, I wonder if you could actually like speed run this then. Did I not save again? I could have sworn I saved. I went into the options. At least we restart the level this time. Yeah, I'll just save here, I guess. It's actually faster sidling across with 2 hands than it is trying to get her with 4 limbs on the ropes. Wrong way. I'm trying to wonder if there is, like, is there something I can grab onto up here? Doesn't feel, no, I don't think so. Okay, so there's like a series of jumps. Let's see, you just jump all the way across all here, and then I think there ends up being a save crystal. Yeah, you come into this spot. I remember this. We gotta do a little jumping action in here, and then there's a save crystal up top. And a little bit of shotgun ammo. I guess a health kit too. But what sucks is that after this, you have to jump all the way back across. And that's a pain. But my thing is like, what is with this? Is this slanted? Oh, it is. Wait, hold on. I think it's slanted. That might be why we haven't been making it across. Never mind. I don't know. That secret sucks. I remember having issues with it when I first played this goddamn game. Oh shit, did I say? Oh, god damn it. I think I saved in the water instead of reloaded. It's alright. We could just die. The only thing is that it's gonna like take a second because the only way I can't like stay stationary in a single spot. You would have digital babies with Angelina Jolie. Is she missing 1 or 2 boobs now? I was gonna say you're gonna have to get some kind of supplement or something. Two boobs gone. Already missing both. I don't know. I recently rewatched the first one, and I thought it was a fun movie. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's fun enough. Probably boost on this thing. The second one is really bad, though. Like, I don't know what the hell happened with that one, but that one ain't great. Drop the ball. there's things down there. Ooh, I don't know. That sounds like it would be shitty. You mean like somebody going into the video game? No, I think the concept is fine enough, just trying to recreate Lara Croft in live action. I think it's mostly just the direction is probably what's to blame here. And once again, Angelina Jolie's performance wasn't the greatest, especially trying to, you know, put on that English accent, but... Oh, that's where it is. Okay. I wonder if I could jump across then. Might be too late. Oh, no, we can still do it. Question stands if we can jump back across. But yeah, I rewatched the first movie and the second movie about 2 years ago when I streamed the original games. And yeah, the first one's fine. I've seen much worse movies, especially lately. Lara didn't have pointy boobs outside of the first game. They smoothed them out as time went on. Also, it's a watermelon skin. But, man, I can't even remember. I'm trying to think of, like, what exactly even happened in both those movies. So the first one, at the very least, I remember there was an India bit, and she fights the statue, and, what's his nuts? I'm trying to think of his name. I'm drawing a blank now. It's the last James Bond was in it, but he was really skinny and dorky looking. That's about it. I can't really remember anything outside of that, but I remember some things. And she fought a robot. It's comparable to the Hitman movie. Yeah, I agree with Walrus. I don't know if I'd go that far. There was a hint of quality in the first Tomb Raider movie, at the very least. As minimal as it might have been. Maybe the second one. You know, the problem with the second one wasn't even like... I mean, it had fine production value and everything, and, you know, Jolie was about as good as she was going to get. But, it was boring. It was just a very boring movie. I think maybe the intro of that one, where she's, like, doing the underwater stuff. And for whatever reason, like, the, advertising for that game, or that movie, I think probably was stronger than the actual movie itself. Promotional materials, especially that silver one-piece cat suit or swimsuit or whatever it was, I think probably the most memorable thing about that movie, and it's not even like taking up the majority of it. She's wearing something else throughout most of the film there. But anyway, yeah, it's just really dry, really boring. Not a whole lot happens. And even like the final little area you'd think would be like the most mystical or whatever and the most striking and memorable, but it's, I don't know, what was it? Just some like shadowy place with a bunch of fog and some monsters crept out. Didn't seem that good. Could have done better. Try to get on this ATV and not kill ourselves. Well, we didn't kill ourselves, but I'm surprised considering, like, especially with the snowmobile in the previous game, how easy that thing could mess up. I think I'm gonna save. go through all that top part. I don't really want to do it again, but I think the idea here is to keep the momentum going. Okay. I was going to say, I don't remember the watermelon skin in the original, but I guess it is. You'd think it would be like some sort of camouflage or something, but the ATV, I don't know. Kind of ugly. Hey, that worked. She didn't visit the deli once. What is that in relation to? What do you mean? Here's another spot where there's a couple different ways you could go. I remember this one being a lot more ATV intensive, going this way. But there's another, there's like a lower area that you can get to. Yeah, and this goes through all this like mountainous terrain and everything. Just sort of cam through it just to see what we're in for, because I think I'm going to choose the other path ultimately. You're talking about just Lara even in general. She shot up a couple monkeys. I'm sure if she was hungry, she'd probably fry one of those up. There's a couple pickups and stuff, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. I'm going to go through all this like canopy shit too. I want to say that going down this way is actually easier. Whoa, got a weird echo effect. Just bypass all that ATV crap and just go through here. There's like a little bit that we need to get through. I think there's even more secrets from the looks of it too, but nothing extreme. Alright. But we end up getting blocked by this. So now we gotta backtrack and open up a couple things. Son of a bitch, that guy took it. I think that was the health kit up here. I mean, ultimately, he kind of brought it closer to me, but still. I take insult to the mere fact that he touched the thing. Poor Angelina and her lack of food. Sorry, not sorry. I'm sure she's doing alright. Not taking on the best roles, though. I think she did a Marvel movie like well after the popularity had ended. When was that? She did the, I don't even remember what it was. The Immortals or something? Oh wait, I think this is the area that we need to get into first, or last. There's some other shit up here, but I don't remember if it's mandatory or if it's just a bunch of extra stuff. Yeah, Lara's got a pretty tight waist, but I get the feeling like they probably weren't all that concerned about that sort of accuracy. Not too much going on, just a couple flares and some Uzi ammunition, which we still don't have, I don't think.
No.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Should be something up here, too. Oh, you know what? I think this is... I thought there was a snake in one of these. I think it's in this one. There it is. I remember there being one around here somewhere. Oh, we actually needed to come through. Okay, so this was mandatory because there's a key in this spot. Okay. So now that we've got that taken care of, I think we come through here. So I want to say that there's like a keyhole or something that we need to use that in this spot. What did he take? God damn it. Can they steal from you? No, they can steal. They could take stuff before you get it, and then in these later levels you have to kill them. I think in the early ones they'll drop it. I don't think they do. I think that, like from what we saw, especially when that one had the key, they just kind of hang on to it until you basically take it from them forcibly. But they can't steal from like your inventory. I don't believe. I think just stuff on the ground. Alright, so I'm gonna find another key. I like her when she's a screw loose. That's her range. Maleficent May, liked her in Girl Interrupted. I don't think I saw... well, actually, I haven't seen either one of those. I feel like she was trying to take the more serious roles in her later career when she was just kind of doing like fun, action-y, espionage-oriented flicks. Kind of in her young age. Which suits her a little bit more, I think, stuff where she's trying to come across like, I don't know. I want to say more mature, but, you know, obviously she does get mature. But, sophisticated, I suppose. Doesn't really seem to fit her personality all that well. Got a save crystal. There's that canopy up there, but I don't think I could actually access that. I think that's like, need to like drop back down from that. It's possible I might be able to jump back, turn. No? Okay. Well, I tried. Too short. Alright, so... And I just played this not that long ago, but I don't even remember what I need to do here. Ultimately, those gates will need to open. We need to open the front one first. That's blocking the ATV, but... God, I want to say... Let me just use the free cam. Can't hop over that. You know what? We might actually need to get over here first. I think I need to get up onto this canopy and through here. Because I want to say that the other key that we need to get is like somewhere in this area. So I ain't seeing shit up here. Sometimes it helps to switch back to the original view too, because stuff gets a little busy. Oh, wait. Actually, if I get on top of this thing and jump forward, I might be able to grab onto that ledge. Yes, I can. Cool. Okay. Now that we're up here... Crap. Scratching my head for just a second, these monkeys start coming after me. Okay, I don't want to go down there just yet. See what else is up on the top here. Hey, there's the key. Good Lord. Five or six monkeys in the span of like 30 seconds. National Treasures of America, Part 5. You know, I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember that first National Treasure movie not being terrible. Nicolas Cage actually came across as being, you know, sane, so that helps. I think there was a second one, though. I don't think I ever saw that. Probably went the same way as the Tomb Raider movies. First one is fun enough. It's entertaining. There's some sort of value there. By the time we get to the second one, though, probably fell off. It's probably why we didn't get a third. What is with these monkeys? Holy shit. Just so many of them. Thank you. Oh, no, we're not done yet. Both of them? We're good, bad, indifferent. I think we need another big, like, treasure hunting movie. Somebody's got to do something. That last Indiana Jones sucked. Embarrassingly bad. And people thought Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was bad. Which they probably have a right to think that, but I always liked the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull well enough. I didn't find it as nearly as offensive as a bunch of other people did, but, you know. Again, it's one of those things where I've seen worse. I've watched a lot of movies in my time. In addition to, like, drawing and playing video games. The film is a pretty big hobby of mine, so good, bad, classic, new, whatever it might be. I just sometimes sit down and watch movies every other night of the week, but yeah, Indy 4 isn't terrible. Indy 5, though, might have an argument there. Alright, finally. Actually, I don't think it gets sucked in too much into the quicksand. I might be able to get through it. Yeah, I remember you talking about it before. You did not like, what, I don't even remember the name of it. Dial of Destiny. I want to say, okay, I tried to get another set of secrets here before. There's like this ammunition little cache right there, which is a little bit of Uzi ammo and some harpoons, but I couldn't find like an effective way to actually get to the damn thing. And then falling into that river's death. As soon as you touch that water, same situation as when you fall into it from those little beginning things that we try to do there. Just get up, swept up into the end of it, and then you're gone. If you're doing a pistols only around this part, could be a little bit shit because you got to avoid killing the monkeys with the ATV. Or anything. Just the monkeys tend to get right up in your face. I think this is part of that additional route that we didn't end up taking, but there's a bunch of stuff up here. And I think this is mostly for when you're coming across through this upper area with the ATV. Because I don't think you could get to most of this without it. There's still a couple things up here. There's also this cave. It's got a couple secrets, so might be worth getting for some people. Reset, please. But after this, we're pretty much done. We just have to go through this last little waterfall segment, and that's about it. Tomb Raider Part 7, The Return of the Tomb After the First Entry to the Tomb, Part 1. Well, that is the formula these days, right? What started doing that, like, officially? Was that it was one of them young adult novel-based films. So it was either Harry Potter or it was Twilight. But I think one of those was the one that ended up doing, like, the Part 1 and Part 2. Annual sequels, I think, started becoming big. Like, people tried to start doing that, I think, with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. The first one. They're like, we could just, like, film all these at once and then rapidly launch sequels in succession. Don't have to wait on our movies. So that worked for a little bit, but then, like, splitting up one of the final parts into 2 films, I think was one of those book-based ones. Whoa. Getting right up in that crotch there. This, I think, is just a secret. Ultimately, I think you could just dive into the water here. You might even get a trophy for doing a couple somersaults or something. But... let me get on the higher angle. Good old crotch shot. But there's a handful of pickups that you can get, so might as well try to get them if you can. You don't have to go too far out of your way. Loud secret jingle. Alright, let me just make sure. I don't think there's anything else I could, like, grab onto or anything. So... should just be a good drop in the water. Don't need to be worrying about piranhas or anything in here either. Like picking up the item wants to auto-correct her position, but she can't, like, grab it from whatever angle it's trying. Come down here, you see broken raft. That's the raft that Tony was on. We tried to destroy the ruins that Lara was standing in. Go behind the waterfall. And I think that's it. Yep. Well, surprisingly, fewer secrets than I thought there was going to be. Only 5. We got 2 out of 5. 20 out of 32 pickups, but whatever. Considering all that space and the secondary route, with the one that we didn't take, that you kind of move across with the ATV, I don't know how you're exactly supposed to do that, but seems like there's a lot of potential there to hide a bunch of stuff. Nice graphics. There's some decent ones. What is this? Is this the caves of Kalia? Thank you much. I appreciate the follow. These caves can get a little confusing too. Sort of a maze-like quality to them. There's some drop points here. I don't think any of them are, like, mandatory. Except for one that's, like, kind of in, like, a real dark pit. Once we get into that one, that's the one we need to drop down for sure. Dead end. Harry Potter 10, exhumed by Lara. Nah, I don't think we're at the point with Hollywood where they're wanting to do unnecessary crossovers. Give it another 10 years or so, I'm sure they'll be more open to the idea. The ultimate nostalgia seekers. Why dig up one property when you could dig up 2 and put them together? Shit. Didn't even need to come down this area. Looks like it's a dead end. Don't even have a health kit there to recoup my loss. Alright, I think we just need to go in the complete opposite direction. Actually, maybe not, because I think we came down from here, right? Oh no, there is another tunnel, okay. This looks more correct. I want to say that there's another one that pops up down there. You can always tell when there's a long corridor, narrow corridor where you barely have any room to move. It's going to be some kind of boulder coming after you. Supergroup team up. But he wouldn't be Harry Potter in the movie, he'd be Daniel Radcliffe. What's that guy doing nowadays? Nothing? I was wondering about these people that star in like these major films that were like, you know, defined a generation in some regards. And they just kind of like fade into nothing. I remember right after those movies came out, he started doing like a play where he was showing off the old cock and balls. So I'm sure that was fun for him. I'm gonna say we probably need to go down there. Yeah, I don't know. It was like a stage play in somewhere. England, perhaps. But he had like a nude scene in it. I just remember seeing like a news article on it, and they had thankfully cut it off at the waist, but he was like standing up against the horse. Maybe it was like a nude horseback riding or something, I don't know. Ah, okay. You can always tell you're going in the right direction when they give you something big, like a save crystal. Boy, that looks fun. Just toss that in there. I want to say that there's a point where we can enter and not get bit. But that's starting to look a little bit more impossible now. Maybe, okay, so maybe on the side here, if I center myself, I'll be just out of reach. I think that was the ticket. Oh, there's also a boulder up there. Probably got to be careful about that. Oh, Lord. Somehow I avoided getting squashed in the crouching position once again. And I bypassed all of those snakes without getting bit. I'm a lucky son of a bitch. Okay. This is the last stop. What kind of weapons do I have? I've got a shotgun. Got pistols. nothing else, and I am just peering right down Lara's shirt. Nice angle. We might not need too much of anything else. I mean, it might help a little bit to use the shotgun, but I don't remember this being like the hardest boss battle. Oh. Okay, I guess I don't remember him being able to light you on fire. Maybe it's a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. So apparently he's invincible before he does the whole light the room on fire thing. Faust? Is it a little Faustian? I didn't go right to his cock and balls. What do you mean I went right to it? I said, what's he up to these days? I said, I remember him doing a play where he had his wang out. I was just wondering what the guy's up to outside of doing nudity in plays. There's something there. I don't know what that weapon is. It's like a grenade launcher or something. What is that? Oh, I think it is a grenade launcher. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Son of a bitch. I overstepped just a little bit right at the end there. One guy, well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of nice. He just stands in the one spot. Means you don't have to do too much. See, I was overthinking it before because the intervals between his shots are kind of few and far between. So I actually took out like most of his health just by standing in front of him and shooting with a shotgun. Hey.
I don't want to be misrepresented by that retarded research you've just been with.
Lara.
I'm Dr. Willard. I'd come to converse with Tony myself, but I saw you were doing a rather more creditable job, I think. Indeed, I'm inspired. I'd like to offer you other work.
What? Shoot the breeze with some of your other boys? No thanks.
Fortunately, they were the only lab rats we let loose into the field. No. My request is for 3 other artifacts like this.
The Infada tribe only had one artifact of this type. It's unique. Anyway, what would your interest in it be?
I'll show you.
I see the HD cutscenes are still stuttering.
It's not from India, rather an island near Antarctica. It is in fact meteorite rock that has been fashioned and used by Polynesians who once settled there many, many years ago. See that? That's unique. An unknown material.
So how did it end up here?
Formed from the planets, sculpted by Polynesians, distributed by goons. Our excavations and
Goons?
investigations have led us to this. A sailor's diary from Charles Darwin's expedition on the HMS Beagle.
August 14th, 1834.
This voyage is getting too boring for me to go on with this journal. Me adventures at sea are an embarrassment. The only tales I'll have to tell are hours of bird watching, picking and pressing flowers, following them blasphemous ideas of the governor, Darwin. But this don't even concern me now. I just want food, something more than vegetable broth in me. Today we'll
Get a little bit of bread next to him.
packed. The only sampling we're going to be doing is for meat. Pure, solid, blood-rich meat.
The snow's run out. The tracks have gone.
Just keep going. We're on its trail. There's something here.
Look, another one. What do you reckon they're worth then? Too late. There's only 4. None for you.
I know he has the taste for blood.
Stephen! Faster! Dang it! Quick! Stephen! Come on! Faster!
Nobody better say nothing about this to the governor, else we'll be back having to hunt down that creature for his samples. Paul fell down a crevasse, okay?
Okay, Stephen.
Amen. Stephen was to be the only survivor of the 4. When he arrived back in London, he superstitiously sold off his artifact, having seen his pals murdered or killed with theirs. One here in India, one in the South Pacific, and one in Nevada. The places where I'd like you to go.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty. No secrets or anything there. So it's okay, they show cock and balls and all kinds of films now, especially Tom Hardy. What was that one they did? Bronson? Where he's like fighting everybody in the nude? It was a different time. They could use the retard word. Tom Cruise did it, or Harry. It would fuck up the audience. It might. Alright, so here we come to the big decision. Now, this is a new thing for these types of games, but you can choose where you want to go. So actually, can I save in this spot? I guess not. I used to be able to save at the end of the level, but I guess they don't give you the option to do it anymore. But we could choose between Nevada, London, or the South Pacific. In the original version of this game, you typically wanted to do Nevada first because there was a segment in that level where you get all your weapons taken away, and it's kind of shitty. So you tended to want to get that out of the way. Fun level. I like everything in Nevada for the most part, but yeah, that's kind of the only downside about it was you get all your stuff taken away. However, they have somewhat rectified it. Having played it recently, there's a portion in several spots where you can recover basically every weapon that you lost. You might not have as much ammunition depending on how many levels you did before, but you can at least get your weapons back, so that's a good thing, which was not a thing that was done before the remastered versions. London is just shitty all around, so, I mean, I got half a mind to do that one first just to get out of the way, because I hate London. it's such a bad set of levels. And then we have the South Pacific, which is almost kind of similar to India, again, it's in one of those heavy rural areas where there's lots of trees and shrubbery and traps and stuff, so... yeah, it's kind of more the same of India, but for the most part, but still pretty fun. The only thing is yeah, I just don't know what I want to do next. We might do South Pacific. Ooh, the kayak. The kayak is really bad. Yeah, the kayak is fortunately it's brief, but it is a very shitty part of the level. First thing you do when you come in, you want to swim to the side there, grab that key. Plenty of fish here, but none of them hostile. Cock and ball Z. Mine's in the gutter. Getting sleepy, eh? Well, depending on where you're at, it is pretty late. What is the specific name of this level? This is the Coastal Village. So now that we got the key, we could actually bypass a good portion of the level, which I don't believe I did last time. So we'll be able to take a shortcut this time around. But let me take a look at what the exterior looks like here. Got another one where there's like a big wide mountain range. Actually, in the remastered version, it's mountains all over the damn place. This one actually looks like it has a coast to it. So they messed that up. Still, I like the look of the skybox. Very pretty sunset. Anyway, I think because of the internet issues, which don't necessarily seem to have gone away, my bitrate still seems to be fluctuating, even though it doesn't seem like we're buffering as much. I think maybe Twitch kind of corrected in. 3 top tier outfits, can't go wrong. The South Pacific one is real nice. The other ones we've already seen with me going through the, let me see. Because, yeah, London's got the catsuit, which is good. Nevada has the crop top with the camo bottoms. And then the Pacific is the crop top with the short shorts. So, all pretty good. But, yeah, I think we're going to call it. Just because, I think Twitch maybe sorted it out where it stopped buffering the stream, but my bitrate is still super low. So, like, I'm reading chat from you guys, like, maybe up to 5 minutes behind where I actually am. It's kind of just a little bit shitty. So, I think we'll stop here, and hopefully next time we stream, we will be in a much better way in terms of the internet and the bitrate. That way there won't be as much of a delay or anything like that. I might be on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth next stream because I feel like I'm getting closer to finishing up all the side crap. So it might be good to return to that and finish up Cosmo Canyon. But we'll get to Tomb Raider 3 again soon. I think I might start flip-flopping between the two just because the side quest stuff in Rebirth is kind of hitting up a little hard. So try to balance it out a little bit more. But excited to get back into this game. I probably would have tried to at least get halfway through this set of levels, or maybe even finish up another location. But yeah, I think the internet's just not going to be having it tonight, so we'll try again later. I'll probably be back Friday at the soonest, and if not then maybe by Sunday. So hopefully we'll see you guys back there again, but until then, you guys take care, have a good night. We will see you next time.